Hello everyone, welcome back to QNAP live broadcast. And the topic today is one of our most popular QPKG, that is the Qsync. And why we bring this topic today here again is because we have revised some of the user interface of the Qsync. So in order to provide you a better user experience, and this is why we have this topic back again. And we have our PM Sam here, well, mostly in charge of the demonstration today. And let's go into the slide. Well, if this is the first time that you watch the video for the Qsync introduction and you haven't used that, and I suggest you to stay and check on what Qsync can provide you and what Qsync can help you while doing all of your file management. And then if you have already seen or you have been a user of our Qsync, you can also stay here and check on what's the new things. Basically, we will start on why do you need Qsync? Well, basically, we have listed like 6 of the topics here, but the most important thing is as now we have, each of us has more than one devices, such as you have one tablet and you definitely have 1 or 2 computer, maybe one of the computers will be your laptop. And of course, we are using smartphone now, so you will also use your cell phone to connect to any of the cloud devices to download or to revise your files. So here comes the problem. Once you have revised one of the file inside of your computer, then how do you send all these files and share all these files to other of your own devices? So this is why you need Qsync. When you install the Qsync on your NAS, and then you have enable a share folder on your desktop of your computer, your laptop and your tablet and your phone, wherever, or maybe we say whatever folder you put your files in, then it will automatically transfer to the NAS, and the NAS will automatically help you to deploy all the data files into other of your own devices that you have set as a destination to be the share folder. So this is a very convenient way for you to manage all your data file. You don't have to upload and go home and download from other of your device, and then you revise that, upload to the cloud, and the other day you come back to your office, then download that again. Or you might use a very traditional way, open your email and send the revised file, attach that into your email and send to yourself. And that is the most common way we will use before we have the Qsync. And another topic is like, okay, in office, okay, we have a supervisor, we have manager, and sometimes when you try to send some reports to your manager, or you need to collaborate with other of your teamwork members, well, you have to send them one by one, and you have to drag everyone into the mail loop and then attach the version 1 of the files. And then when somebody revises the file as a version 2, and he will do the same thing and drag you back into the loop. So that is a very complicated thing because you will have a lot of different versions on one file. So sometimes we might get the wrong version of the files and we might get the wrong result of what we need. So this is another moment that you will need Qsync, because when you are using Qsync, you can just throw all your data files into a share folder, no matter it's on your NAS, your computer, your tablet, or your other devices, and all of your team members will have the latest version. Then they can do the same thing to revise that and then send it back to the same folder. Then all of you will have the latest version of the file. So this will help you a lot than when compared to the traditional way. So that is I think that is the most important several features and the reasons why you need Qsync. So we can check the user scenario one by one. For a personal user, maybe you take photos and you have your own presentation, or maybe you have your own portfolio. Then when you have done editing your portfolio on your iPad or other of your pad or your phone, then you just save it into the destination, and then it will automatically sync to your NAS, and your NAS can automatically sync all the data files into your computer or other destination that you want it to be. Then, once you've done that, you just put your pad away and go to your computer and turn on, then you can have the same file. So the vice versa, whatever you do on the computer, it will also shown on your pad. So this is a very convenient user scenario for a personal user. So when you're editing video or you have your own like animation or some funny videos that you have shoot by your cell phone or your pad, then you can also drag other people's account and you can share your account to other people, and then they can have the same folder on their own computer. So when you've done one thing at home with your tablet, they will have the same data file in their computer in the same folder. So that is a very useful user scenario. And of course, we also want to bring you a very useful new functions when you are using the Qsync on your cell phone. Well, that will be the right side of this picture. The first topic, the one-way sync. Well, what is the one-way sync? That means you can only allow data file being synchronized from your cell phone into your NAS. So what feature that will be? Like when you are trying to, maybe you are trying to gather all your data files on your NAS and sort them into different categories, and you find some pictures or data files you don't want, you might delete them right on your NAS. But if you have a two-way sync, then the same picture will also be deleted on your cell phone. So sometimes that is not what we want. Sometimes, I mean, sometimes we don't always want that to be, but sometimes we don't want it to be. So with the one-way sync, whatever you delete on your NAS or other devices, the original file on your cell phone will be kept. So this is the first one features on our next version, right? Yeah, next version of
the current version.
Current version, sorry,
The
current
latest
version
one,
of the Qsync. So this is a new thing that we want to let you know. And of course, we have the smart delete and power saving mode that can provide you like, I'm not really sure about how to introduce this part. Maybe you can.
Actually, if you want to save your mobile device powers, you can lower the sync frequencies and remember to enable the Wi-Fi only options and enable the charge only options. That means when you come home, just plug the power cables, connect to your home Wi-Fi, and it will start the sync.
I see. So the frequency means like you can make your cell phone to synchronize to your NAS every 5 minutes or every 1 hour or whatever you want it to be.
Yes.
Yeah. So that will help to lower your your power consumption, or maybe if you're not using the Wi-Fi, this will also lower the consumption of your bandwidth. Yeah. And you can also enable the Wi-Fi only mode, so the synchronized process will be activate only when you connect it to the Wi-Fi.
Right.
Yeah, so we have a very flexible choice for you to do your synchronized work. Yeah. So from personal user, then we can come to the family shared. Well, basically we just make the scale more bigger from a personal user. So everyone can put their ideal data file into their own shared folder, and through a NAS as an operator, the data file will automatically be synchronized and shared into other people's assigned shared folder.
Yeah.
So this will help you a lot more. What for example, when you hang out with your friends or your families, everyone are using their cell phone to take their ideal pictures. So when the day ends, if you want to gather all the pictures, what will you do? Like I might send the message to all of my families and say, hey, send me the picture that you take today. Then I will receive a lot pictures, and my cell phone will keep ringing and ringing because of I'm receiving all the pictures, and that is a consumption of all of our bandwidth. So when you are now using the Qsync function, And we also with our Q file that you can install on the cell phone, they have a background upload function. So whatever pictures that you take, it will automatically upload to your NAS, and then the NAS will automatically sort and share all these data files into your own assigned folders. So when you're done taking the picture and you enjoy your all day traveling and vacation, when you come home, then you already have all this data file into your ideal share folders for all of your family. So you can also make it happen on your laptop, other of the computers, no matter is in your family or not around your house. So it is very useful function, I think. Yeah. So we also have some operation tips, which is a bit more professional. So Sim will deal with this part.
So you just create everyone's account, and every account has their personal Qsync folders. So it will separate your data to your own folder. Then if you want to share it, you can just create a team folder for your family share. That's what Sam mentioned. When all of your family sync their data, everyone can see the whole data in that team folders. And if you want to share some special and some cute video to your friends, and when they don't have this NAS account, they just easily create share link to provide this link to your friend. That's all.
Yeah, so it's all about synchronize and sharing. Yeah. Okay, so we finished the family part and the personal part. We can go to like more strict part, like your daily work. Because when you're working in a company or something, for the data that you want to report to your manager or your supervisor, that will be a little bit confidential. So you might want to have like authority setting or some like read or write limitation or the version checking authority and function to all the data files that you revise and you sync to the team folder. So you can use like our the two functions that sync your data file to the team members that you wish, and then it can support you to share and to sync the subfolder in your main folders. So maybe you just want to share some data file with some specific team member, then you can create a subfolder, then just throw all the data files you think to share with them into that subfolder. And for the main folder, they will not have the limitation to check other of the important data files in the main folder. Yeah, and of course, you can also do the limitation for the access authority. Yeah, you can set like what kind of people can access to this folder. And
like your daily job, daily report, you only give limited access to your supervisors, and other team member cannot see what's the detail of your report.
Yeah, especially when you don't want other of your colleagues to see what you have been doing every day. Yeah.
Another important scenario is for like a teamwork. Here I have a use case. Some of our customer, like they do the post-production, if you just the YouTuber, maybe you will do everything you together by yourself. But if for normal post-production TV stations, every detail have a special
station, something like
professional guys to do it. Like Sam will special response for the editing, and maybe the ear is only response for the animation to do the virtual effects, and Lisa is very maybe focus on the color corrections. So when you do some teamwork like this, you can easily set the team folder and only share the access permission to the your colleague who responds for the next process. Like Sam, he just share this permission to Ian. Then only Sam and Ian will see the file, the cutting files. And when Ian finish all the animations, the next job is Lisa will respond for the color correction. Then Ian can export their animation to the share folder between Ian and Lisa.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's very easy to do the hand over your work to your colleague.
Yeah. We also have another use case is something like that. So for example, you can we take the diving as one of our example, and
In traditional divings, usually they have the photograph response for take all members photo. Then when the activity finished, they'll go back to the diving office, then put the memory card into PC, then burn the disk or copy the data to USB drive, pen drive to all of the members. But with Qsync, all the diving coach can take a detailed picture for each of the member of these diving activities. Then when they come back, there may be 3 or 4 diving coach on one boat. Then they can sync all the data into the same folder. Then the manager of this diving company just right click the share link and can share every pictures to all the member of these activities.
Yep. So this can work not only on the diving activity.
Yes.
Of course, when you hang out with your friends, you can use all this scenario to all the outside activities. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So these are the several important functions, such as the synchronized rule and the filter settings and conflict policy. Well, for synchronized rules and filter setting, that is mostly focused on what kind of files that you can make it to sync, or what kind of files that you don't want it to sync. And then for the conflict policy, it's like when you are having 2 of the data files, they just happen to be set as the same file name. And you can set like, what are you going to do? Like you can rename the new file, or you just
pass it.
Yeah. So this is what you can do with all these 3 different functions. And okay, for this part, we talk about the subfolder sync. That is the new function.
They are
right?
the new function of the mobile app and the utilities. In new version of our Android Qsync Pro or our Windows and the Mac utility, we support the subfolder in this month. And everyone can synchronize in the new subfolder, but be noted when subfolder is set, the device cannot set the up layer and the next layer, the child layer, as the sync folders. And one-way sync, this is designed for the mobile device. Now it's only available on Android, and iOS will be coming soon, maybe next month.
Okay.
Yeah. And for one-way sync mode is usually for if your mobile device is the source side and always get the latest version's data, you will choose to upload from the device to your NAS. But another scenario is you want to announce information to all the members, you will choose the download the data from the NAS. This is different usage for one-way sync. Other 2 functions like two-way sync is just the standard synchronized process. They will keep both sides will be the same data. And the field sitting on device side, that means you can specify the file extension and what you don't want to sync.
Yeah. And for this part, I think.
And yeah, for this part, like the smart delete functions is on central. That means you can centralize decide you want to remove the data from the device, but will keep all those copies on the NAS. You can set it on central, but also can set on device side as your wish. And we will also support the version controls. That means even some of your colleagues, some have modifies you don't want, or maybe means delete. You can use it to revert the file back to the previous versions. But remember, this function only available on the Qsync folder, not support for the normal share folders. And we also provide the remote erase device functions. That means if unfortunately you lose your mobile phone or your laptop in a coffee shop, then you can buy a new device, but the data may be so important and secure, maybe have some security data inside, then the manager can easily remote to erase those sync files via the central side.
Yep.
And the most important function is the team folder. That is the key feature for the Qsync, because it can increase the cooperation efficiency. No matter you want to do the cross department teamwork or share the data to your customer or your vendors, and you just create a team folder that everyone can synchronize the data in this same folder, and you no need to ask for the IT guy to create a new share folder, assign a different permission for that same folders. You can free spot to create it and maybe define this folder I want to share to Sam, this folder I want to share to another friend, Joyce, something like that. So it will be reduce the measurement difficulty.
Okay, so since you are running all this part of all these functions onto our QNAP NAS, well, basically to have a NAS, the most important goal is to protect all your data file, right? So with our RAID protection, you can build a RAID that you want it to be, no matter it's RAID 0, 1, 5, 6, or 10, or other RAID you want to build. And then of course we have snapshot function. Depend on the different model of your NAS, you can have like from 256 snapshots and up to 1024. And for some of our special models, that can provide you like over 65,000 of the snapshots. Yeah. And of course, when you install the SSD inside of our NAS, you can enable the QTier function, which is our exclusive function to give you a more faster read and write speed through the SSD, or you can use the SSD as cache, so can provide you a better performance for read and write. And not only to synchronize all your data files, you can also download the Hybrid Backup Sync, which is a free app and very, very popular. And you can use the Hybrid Backup Sync to back up all your data files into another NAS or your local NAS, or you can back up the files up to your own third-party cloud that you are using. So these 4 functions are what you can do when you choose QNAP NAS as an operator to synchronize all your data files with other of your different devices. And with our QTS, which is like a new operation system, like the end of last year and the beginning of this year, we've been introduced this part, and it can use the inline deduplication and compression function to make you synchronize all your data files in a more easier and faster way. We can check on the pictures down there, the 3 squares. Yeah, the 3 squares. Like for the original data, you have 2A part, 2B part, 2C part, and of course 2D part. When you compress the data, you can see the data files is being smaller. Then we would deduplicate to make the 2A file into only 1A file. And through this compress and deduplicate function process, your data file will be smaller, then it will consume less of the cost when you're doing the data file transmission. Okay? And of course, you synchronize the data, how you can back up your data files after you synchronize that. Of course, the Hybrid Backup Sync 3, that is what we just mentioned in this slide, which is a very useful and very popular, and that is a free app. You can back up your files to your own NAS or your other remote NAS, and of course you can back up the file up to the cloud that you are using.
And remember, the Qsync data will save in the home folder. So when you use the hybrid backup sync. To back up the Qsync data, remember to select the folder under the home division.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's our demo time. So we
Yeah.
will start from our cell phone.
Okay, from
We
Android.
prepared a Android phone and a Mac, Apple computer and a Windows system. So we will have 3 of the demos. So we will start from the Android phone.
Okay. On Android, we provide a new Qsync Pro version here. We just launch it, and we'll do the sync automatically here. Click the left side menus, go to the settings. Here's what we mentioned on the previous slide. It's talking about you can adjust the sync frequencies, enable the Wi-Fi only and the charge only options. Of course, also you need to remember to enable the smart delete part. And when you done the sync job, you can go to your device, and every day when you take pictures, it will automatically sync to your NAS. And if something, some picture is very interesting to share with your family or your friend, like this one, or you see, oh, I like it, I want to share my kids' pictures to my friends. Okay, then remember, select it. Oh, sorry. I should go to my. Oh, here. You can easily create a share link of it. Then share this link to your friends. If you need the most secured of it, you can define the password of it. You can easily create the share link. Okay, so let's smart demo on the Android.
Then
we go to the
Windows?
Windows. Yeah.
Okay, this one. Yeah.
Okay. This we use my use case for the reference to what I want to do. Like if I'm an editor, video editor. Maybe do something card. Click export. When I finish everything, I can export my media. Then after that, just go to my Qsync folders. I can create a new folder under my Qsync folders. Save. July 3rd. Okay. Has all my daily work on these folders, and can just right click and easily create the share folder. I set this share folder, this folder as a team folder, and I can define who I want to share this folder. Like previous slide, we talk about the next step process is Ian. He responds for the animations. Just click apply. Okay, then I should let the sync job finished on my Windows. And let's go to my Mac.
Yeah, so, okay. We'll wait for a little bit moment to make sure the signal's back here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now you can see my Mac. I log in with Qsync by the account of the Ian. And I can go to the share center to check which folder I share to other colleagues and what folders other colleagues share to me. So here I can see, oh yeah, I see the invite from Sam. They have a Sam July 3rd theme, this folder, these team folders, and I just accept it. This is my Qsync folder, Qsync on the finders. Okay, this is original one. Apply it. You can see there is a new folder pop up, and all the files already show on these folders. So if I respond for the virtual effect, maybe now I can start my After Effects or maybe my Cinema 4Ds and create a new project to do everything I need to do. Just import the data from my Qsync folders. It has the same, yeah, this one. I can easily import the footage share from the SEMS tower. Okay, so that is all my live demos.
Yep. So we go back to the presentation.
Yeah.
Then basically, for each of the different of our QBKG, we will have a suggested NAS specification. So this is a chart for your user scenario. Like we can check from the left hand side. If that is from 1 to 10%, we will suggest you to use our like
dual cores.
Yeah, dual code.
With 1 to 4 gigas RAM. For SSH, it's nice to have, but not necessary. And you can sync it via the 1 giganet or your Wi-Fi. And for software teams, we will recommend you use like Qualcomm's CPU as a 4G RAM, like our 53D series. And for that part, you can choose to use the 1 gig, 5 gigs, or 10 gig Ethernet.
Yep.
For the more professional, for the small and medium business or enterprise, you will, according to your requirement, your users numbers, total amount, and choose the different CPU process from i5 to the Xeon, and use the different RAM size of it. Of course, remember you should provide enough network bandwidth, so you should choose the 10 gig Ethernet or even port trunking it.
Yeah. So from this chart, we have 3 recommended models for you. So basically, you can choose a TS453D as a Soho user or a family user. Then for small business, I will recommend you to use the middle one, the TVS A72XT, that comes with a 10 gigabit internet port. And then if you're an enterprise user and you need a rack mount type, of course, you can choose our QTS Hero Edition, that you can have an inline duplication and a compression to help you to store more of the data files. Then you can use our Edge 1283 XU spec.
Yeah.
So with these 3 models, I think it can cope everything that you need.
Yeah. And also, we will a new feature we want to announce on the next quarters in Q4, as we name it space saving mode. It's similar as smart sync of the Dropbox. Yeah, that's a new feature we want to. We're still working on it.
Okay, so we will looking forward to that on the next quarter. And that's it. That is all the information we want to bring you today. So if you are already a Qsync user, thank you for using it, and please keep using it. If you haven't tried our Qsync, you can just download it with your current QNAP NAS and try the features and try the functions. You will definitely like it. And if you want to see other of our video, you can go to YouTube channel and search the software or the hardware name as a keyword, then you can find the introduction. And thank you for all the demonstration today, and we will see you next time on QNAP Live Broadcast. Bye.